Last Friday, I spoke to filmmaker Eddie Sanchez, whose documentary, Mexican American. Awesome documentary. And for those of us that are Mexican American, will definitely hit home for us.
Chad, are you like white, or you got anything else mixed with you?
I was really hoping we would
gonna get us canceled, Mike.
I was really hoping we would just move on past that. No, I'm white.
Okay, just wondering.
Yeah.
On his birth certificate, it says white.
White.
Yeah.
Any follow-up questions, or was that it? That was it?
No, I was just curious because, like, we're all Mexican
Feel
American
really good
or
about
some
it.
type of Latin, so I was just curious.
Yeah.
Chad gets to be our honorary token white guy. Welcome to Seeing This, the movie podcast where we bring you the latest movie reviews, celebrate our favorite movie anniversaries, compete in competitive movie drafts, and much, much more. I'm the movie muffin Mike Ornelas, and it's dark, gritty, violent, and full of propaganda. But enough about the United States of America. Joining me on the podcast is the feisty Pisces, Erica McMullen.
Honestly, who gives a shit about stealing from the rich?
Also on the pod is the Gerber baby-faced assassin, Adrian Cedeno.
But now who's watching over the trees?
And back once again, the optimistic critic, Chad Liffman.
Logan goes medieval.
And that's all in relation to the death of Robin Hood. If you folks are part of the Seeing This tribe, you know that we were supposed to do Toy Story 5. Let me tell you, this movie, I think, rocked better than that did, though I didn't see Toy Story 5, but that's just my opinion. I can't wait to hear what my co-hosts here have to say about that. Before we get into the death of Robin Hood, some quick programming notes. Last Friday, I spoke to filmmaker Eddie Sanchez, whose documentary premiered at Tribeca Film Festival called Mexican American. It is full of heart, culture, heritage, about immigration, and love. So take a look at our interview and keep an eye out where you can see that, MexicanAmericanFilm.com, to see if it's screening near you. Awesome documentary. And for those of us that are Mexican American, will definitely hit home for us. This Friday, with us in the midst. See, I already started. Us in the midst of the World Cup. I spoke with filmmaker Dan Egan on his documentary.
Chad, are you like white, or you got anything else mixed with you?
I was really hoping we would
gonna get us canceled, Mike.
I was really hoping we would just move on past that. No, I'm white.
Okay, just wondering.
Yeah.
On his birth certificate, it says white.
Yeah.
Any follow-up questions, or was that it? That was it?
No, I was just curious because, like, we're all Mexican
Feel
American
really good
or
about
some
it.
type of Latin, so I was just curious.
Chad gets to be our honorary token white guy. So now that he's not a
Yeah.
critic, maybe we have to change the nickname.
So
We'll see.
this is what being a minority feels like.
Yeah, well,
Wait.
this is just a taste. This is just a
Chad.
taste.
You could do Chad our token. And then... I love it.
As I was saying, in the midst of the World Cup, I got an opportunity to speak with filmmaker Dan Egan on his documentary, Transforming the Beautiful Game, The Clyde Best Story, which looks at the life of Clyde Best, who broke racial barriers in football or soccer in the UK and has impacted the game we see today. Chad, fun fact for those of us living in the Portland area, he eventually played for the Timbers and really paved the way for the sport here in America. Very cool conversation. He's essentially the Jackie Robinson of soccer in a lot of ways, especially out in the UK. So
Wait, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Would you consider me the Jackie Robinson of this podcast?
Next Monday, we have the last episode of season 2. And we are
I'm the one, Mikey, but I'm the one.
Who invited him?
And we are introducing the scene.
Who took him to go see Death of Robin Hood?
The death of this podcast at this rate. The scene, this selection. We are inducting 6 films that we have covered between season 1 and 2. So we'll each induct 2 films that we have covered. Questions from the classroom before I advance.
Yes.
Yes, Erica, let's hear it.
Okay. we're obviously not allowed to pick the same movie as each other.
Correct. We'll collaborate on it. We'll collaborate so there's no repeats. Ideally, we stick with kind of the theme each of us were talking about
Got
for these
it.
films. I already know which one will be for you, but that's great. I love
We'll see.
it. Okay, fair.
And then my follow-up question to that. Oh no, I lost it.
Can we pick
Oh no,
repeats?
do we still have access to that big Google sheet that has? Okay, cool.
You have access to everything I have access to, my wonderful co-host. Chad, you may not, but
my memory is.
once you get promoted, you'll get the access. Don't you worry. Don't you worry.
I
You still got to go through suffrage and all that stuff before you get to
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
actual
right.
rights.
Baby
Yeah.
steps.
Yeah, you'll see what it's like. We'll give you a taste.
So excited.
So that's what we have to look forward to this week. And last thing before we get to the death of Robin Hood, what are we seeing this week? Chad, you're going last because welcome to the pod.
Cool.
Erica, you first. What have you seen this week?
I've seen a couple things. Obviously, I've been very into the World Cup. Soccer's been a part of my life for a very long time. And it's been great. I mean, there's been I know people are always like, why do they have to tie? But like, I don't think really a lot of people know the significance of a lot of those ties. So I've been eating it up. It's been really fun soccer to watch.
Shout out Kid
Um,
Verde. Yeah.
Yeah. I also watched a movie called The Ritual. I know I've talked about it before on here. Yeah, it's really good, dude.
Two thumbs up from Chad.
Oh yeah, I forgot how much I really liked this film. And then I watched Midsummer because yesterday was the summer solstice, so felt very fitting.
It's so good. It's
Yeah.
so good. Is it his best Ari Aster's best? Is it your or favorite? Let's go with that. Is it your favorite of his?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
I think
more
we
your
had this
vibe.
conversation last time where like Chad and I agreed that like we like Ari Aster, but Robert Eggers is kind of like my go-to right now.
You know
I'm
what's
just kind of
funny?
like enjoying him all over. But I think that is probably my favorite Ari Aster movie. Yeah.
Full disclosure to everyone, we ran very long on our Disclosure Day episode, and I think that specific conversation might have got cut. So,
perfect.
Glad you got to bring it up here. Awesome. Adrian, what have you seen this week?
Ooh, I saw a couple good ones that I appreciated. One I think you guys will really dig too, but the first one, In the Gray with Jake Gyllenhaal, Isa Gonzalez, and Henry Cavill.
Cavill, yeah.
Superman.
Cavill. Yeah, that guy. I enjoyed it. It was a fun, I enjoyed it. You guys should check it out. Going Blind. It's not a brain off movie, but it's like a suspense thriller type. Nothing new, but it was interesting and fun.
Okay.
And then They Will Kill You, Zazie Beetz. Man, that movie was a banger. That was instant, like top of my list.
Wow.
It's like Kill Bill and Constantine mixed together, had a baby.
I heard it's pretty chaotic, right? Like there's a lot happening.
In Mikey's terms, it's batshit crazy. So it's dope.
Okay.
Check it out for sure.
I love me some Zazie Beetz. She was in wasn't she in Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die? When we covered that movie, she was in that.
Yeah. Shit, great.
Yeah, so there's some stock if any of us drafted her. I don't recall, and I don't want to take a time checking, but you got to keep track of your own draft, folks. What else I have seen? Well, you know what, Chad, go ahead. What have you seen?
Oh, thank you. I'm included. I have been watching a lot of World Cup as well. I did rewatch Toy Story 4, which I liked a lot. My wife had never seen it. She really liked it. Erica, I think you should give it a shot. It has some interesting things that the previous 3 Toy Stories before it did not explore.
So where do you rank it?
I need to rewatch 2 because 2 is really good, but I wonder if I didn't connect with it as much. I think they're all really good, but I think 1, 3, and then maybe 4 and 2 can battle. I need to watch 2 again.
Okay.
2 slaps, like 2.
Yeah. I remember it being really funny.
Sorry.
And then I've been watching a lot of Love Island by proxy.
That's why you go last.
Yeah. UK and US, I think.
Oh, doubling
down.
The
UK one's like way more fun.
Fair enough. I also have been on the World Cup train. Very exciting to double down on what Erica said. Some of the ties have been the more exciting matches because of what it means to the countries, right?
Y'all.
And it's been intense. It's been
Cape
intense.
Verde, dude.
We're filming on Monday. Messi is taking the tournament by storm. Messi scored every single goal Argentina has scored thus far. 3 in the first game, 2 in the second game. So France is crushing as of the latest update.
He just passed Martha today. It's
I
Martha.
think I'm
All
gonna have
time.
to start rooting for Senegal.
Yeah, Martha was the
Yeah.
all-time leading goal scorer.
That
Yeah.
7% Senegal in my blood is
Yeah.
telling me go for them instead of the Ecuador.
Someone
Yeah,
got that.
Telling me, bro.
So
They can't
Messi-
score for anything.
Messi's the
there.
top scorer, but Mbappe is 2 behind him now.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
So it's just he'll if Messi wasn't
So
there,
he's-
like he'll probably
So Mbappe and Martha, I believe, are tied at the moment, and
Okay.
then Messi passed
Yeah.
today.
Nice.
But that could change. You never know.
You seeing this?
Did you guys see
He's doing well.
the video I sent you guys offline about the Aaron skit now with the current World Cup players? Oh, it's so funny. Chad, you wouldn't get it. You wouldn't get it, Chad.
Man.
You seeing this, folks?
White.
Aaron.
When we talk about records and history, we include men and women's sports. Way to go, Erica.
Oh
As
yeah.
you mentioned, Martha. Yeah.
Well, it's like the crazy thing is too is like Abby Wambach, like she's above Pele
Sure.
in World
it's
Cup
crazy.
goals. Like
crazy.
we've got women in there. We've had them there for a while. It's
You
the
know what?
Women's World Cup and then the Men's World Cup.
Spoiler alert for folks who might not know, but women have been around just about as long as men, according to the Bible and according to
crazy?
the non-Bible. Who'd have thought?
What?
According
Yeah.
to the Earth.
I just discovered soccer with the rest of the nation.
I also have seen a film called Guitar Hero, Guitar Getar. It's a cowboy western inspired film that takes place in India, where a Indian man musician is dressed up as a cowboy, loses his guitar or forgets his guitar on the way to a gig, and humor, heart, and well-written drama ensues in a 12 to 15 minute short film. I got to talk with the filmmakers of this one also, and that's going to be coming up in season 2. I think it might actually be our first interview, season 3. Thank you, Erica. Wow. Time flies.
Numbers are hard.
Yeah, they are hard. Speaking of hard, I saw that movie twice. Speaking of numbers, I saw that movie twice. Movie.
You could do it.
Yeah.
Speaking of hard, that movie made me hard.
Yeah. You ever seen a movie that makes you hard? Let me tell you, that's one of them. But no, I watched it twice, so I would heavily recommend keeping your eyes open for Guitar Hero. And then just lastly, I was down back home very, very briefly for an unfortunate funeral service. Shout out Yoli, love you. And after that, I got to spend time with my goddaughter, who, for those of you who are new, may not know, is Adrian's daughter, Aliha. And we had a movie night, and goddaughter gets to pick the movie. And we watched a film called Yes Day. Have either of you seen or heard
my
of Yes?
hero. She's trying to, hey, let me tell you, that was strategic. She picked that movie on purpose, Michael.
She's seen it before, apparently. So I don't doubt that.
She's like, look at how cool this Yes Day is. We should do one. And then the next thing you know, you are buying her a literal horse.
No, I don't.
She specifically told him not to mention it on the podcast because she was like, you said you didn't like it. I don't want you to mention it. You're going to have nothing but bad things to say about it.
But I also said it's if we're doing Commodus, it's an even. Like, it's not a bad movie. It's just
Michael,
like
it's your goddaughter. Give it a fucking thumbs up.
Listen, it's not a bad movie. It's just not my genre of that kind of family film where like Jennifer Gardner's in it. She's great. Everyone loves her as playing a mom. Jenna Ortega is in it, which is so crazy to think like from that to where she is now. It's fine. It's fine. I have a friend that has kids, and I mentioned that we watched this film and like, do not mention that to my kids because they're going to be reminded of yesterday, and same idea. Try to use that against them. We almost watched this film called Sketch, which sounded really interesting, but my goddaughter's mother, love you, Rosalind, said we can't watch this before bed because it's scary. Well, it is a kid's film, but listen, I get it. But that looked really interesting about a kid that draws and the drawings come to life.
Draws his traumas, right?
Draws his trauma, like his therapist gives him like a notebook to draw in, and apparently these drawings come to life. But I don't think in like a horror way. But
No, I heard that was actually a really good movie. That was one of the better reviewed movies that came out. I didn't get a chance to catch it, but I was curious about it.
So
I
next,
think you'd
So
like
now that
it,
you're not a
Todd.
critic, you still got review plugs in?
Yeah, of course.
Like,
he's still got his ear to the ground.
It's part of my blood.
Critics. Yeah, indeed.
There.
We'll save that for next Nino Goddaughter Day. We'll check out Sketch. But without further ado, let's get into the death of Robin Hood.
Have you seen this?
Have you seen this?
Have you seen this?
I know, I've seen this. I know this.
So the death of Robin Hood, we'll start off as we always do with a letterbox intro from the Gerber babyface assassin, Adrian Cedeno. What's that, Erica?
Sorry, I started panicking because I volunteered earlier, and I was like, oh shit. I thought I was doing it, but
Well, you guys could arm wrestle it out if you want. I mean, as long as it gets read.
I mean, if you're ready, if we stalled long enough, you can do it. It's all good.
Wow.
Wait, are you still pulling it up?
No, I got mine ready.
Adrian stays
don't
ready,
have
see what I mean? Let's hear it.
All right, The Death of Robin Hood, directed by Michael Sarnoski. He was no hero. Grappling with his past after a life of crime and murder, Robin Hood finds himself gravely injured after a battle he thought would be his last. In the hands of a mysterious woman, he is offered a chance at salvation.
Interesting. I don't know how I don't think it's a description, but I don't know if that's what happens in the movie, right? I don't know. Well, we'll get into it. You mentioned director Michael Sarnoski. He is the director of a film called Pig, which here in the Pacific Northwest made a lot of headway because it takes place in Portland. And then A Quiet Place Day One. So he's got some decent movies under his belt. Cast Hugh Jackman, Jodie Comer, Bill Skarsgård, Murray Bartlett, and Noah Jupe. When I saw Noah Jupe pop up in here, I was like, hey,
Noah!
it's our boy. It's our boy. Jupe it.
I mean,
As Adrian
Jodie
says.
Comer is one of my stock options right there. So
Listen,
Skarsgård.
there's some draft picks in this film, which we'll get into shortly.
do you have any though, Mikey? Did you have any in this movie?
I have stock going up so out of control that I didn't want to break the scale. So you guys can have the stock go up in this movie. But let's start off with our general thoughts, spoiler free. We'll go into spoiler free thoughts. Erica, what did you think of the death of Robin Hood? And maybe before that, do you have any relationship with Robin Hood? Have you seen the other movies? Do you like his story? Like what's the context you went into this film?
I mean, I've seen the cartoon.
Sure, the animals, right?
The animated.
Yeah.
Obviously I've seen Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Have you seen the Kevin Costner one?
Somebody was mentioning that, and maybe it's because I just don't remember and I've seen it before, or if I like watched clips of it. Very familiar with the story. I don't know. They missed the mark for me on this one. I didn't know if you guys like could catch my sarcasm. Obviously not, but I don't know. It didn't do it for me.
What about it? Like, what were you expecting?
The
Something
whole,
different?
I mean, he feels regret. Why?
You don't believe in
Like
regret?
70. He's like 70 and still killing people.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
I think this movie broke Erica. That's the end of our episode, folks. Well, thank you for joining.
It just missed so many marks. It tried to like reverse what you felt about Robin Hood, kind of in a way. I don't know. I don't know that this needed a darker angle.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, listen. We'll get into it. We'll dig into that first opening take here. Adrian, what did you think about the death of Robin Hood?
I had an amazing time at the theater. So I went with my wife and a buddy of ours, Larry.
He's
and
fellow co-host of the pod, Larry. Shout out.
Yes. Yes.
Letterbox reader extraordinaire.
It was extraordinary. I thought it was a great movie. I thought it was a wonderful take on an old tale. I think it was real and raw, and it's not your Kevin Costner. It's not your Disney, steal from the rich, give to the poor kind of a thing. It's real. Like, he's an outlaw. Like, this is, medieval. Like Chad said, like, this is no joke survival, and that's probably what Robin Hood was really like.
Yeah, I'll get to you, Chad, shortly, but I got to say something really quick. I think it was refreshing to have this version of Robin Hood, considering, like you said, Adrian, he is an outlaw, and like considering the time, like how would it have really gone down? And I think this taps into that. But nonetheless, Chad, what did you think of the death of Robin Hood?
Oh my gosh, this is 2 in a row where I might be throughout this conversation agreeing with Erica. I enjoyed watching from a technical standpoint. I thought it was fantastic. I think the filming, the action was brutal,
Yes.
and yet I'm wondering what the point of it all was. And including the brutality, because I get what they were going for, but I don't think that there was enough exploration of the myth of the legend of Robin Hood for it to be a meaningful take on that story.
So
Wow. Hold on a second. Wait, pause. Chad,
Yes,
we might have to rethink this whole arch nemesis thing.
but it's so fun.
Hold on. Okay.
Yeah.
Chad, the way
Yeah.
you describe that takes me back to when we talked about Disclosure Day, and I said, like, I expected the movie to be what the last 5 minutes was about. And then you said, well, you have to not go in with expectations. And what you just said leads me to believe that you have certain expectations around what this film would be for Robin Hood. And
The story.
Yeah, the story. No, I like when filmmakers try to reimagine, re-envision, retake. I am a fan of that. Like I don't have a problem with taking artistic license and reframing a character, but there wasn't enough of them even talking about what he did or didn't do. In fact, it seemed throughout the entire movie that he's just all out bad. Like, he never ever did any good. And so there wasn't even a moral complexity where he did, like, without the complexity, I was just like, this guy could have been any Joe Schmo. Like,
I love
he
it.
says his name's Robin Hood. Were there 2 people called Robin Hood and this is just the other guy? Like, it was just, he was just a guy.
Because I think too, like, there is a way where, like, you can explain that, like, yeah, to make these sacrifices, you gotta do a lot of crazy things. Kind of like, just like in the mindset of just like revolution in itself. Like,
Mike's so pissed right now.
you gotta get your hands dirty in order to that. But like, we didn't really, like Chad said, I don't think we got that.
Adrian, you were going to say something. Go ahead.
I'll wait for spoilers because it's tough to argue these things, like, because I feel exact opposite of you guys. Like, the whole point of it was it takes into account that you understand the myths and the stories of Robin Hood. It's not a new story. It's just a new take on this. Like, hey, he was robbing from the rich and giving to the poor, but like, was he really doing those things? Like, was he really just in his own mind, just an outlaw and just the wild, wild west kind of a thing? So I think it takes into account that you assume you know the story, and the little drops where they mention it about, like, hey, I mean, it's in the opening. He's telling them, like, it's not that. So I don't agree with that, and I think we need to wait till spoilers to get into details.
Let's dive into it after I bring in my guest here. You may know her as Scarlett Johansson, but she played Samantha in the film Her with Joaquin Phoenix, and she'll give a good assessment very quickly on what I took away from this film. and what I thought the real messaging was behind it. So without further ado, let me bring in Scarlett Johansson as Samantha.
I caught myself thinking about it over and over, and then I realized that I was simply remembering it as something that was wrong with me. That was a story I was telling myself, that I was somehow inferior. Isn't that interesting?
Isn't that interesting? It's about the story. It's just about the story we tell ourselves and the story people tell about us that live on beyond the lives that we live. And I think this movie isn't concerned about like, hey, let me show you where the myth of Robin Hood is wrong. Because I think a lot of that would include one of two things. You would need to have a lot of exposition explaining it. As Adrian mentioned, it's mentioned a couple times, and I can understand where you guys are coming from, because there's a part of me that's like, this movie's really relying on the name Robin Hood. Like just to be attached to the weight of how you're supposed to feel, right? I thought we would have some visibility on, how we got it wrong. But that's not what this movie is about. This movie, again, assumes you know what these stories are, and you're now just here in the present with him towards the latter chapter of his life, right? And how he's reconciling with everything he's done, the enemies he's made, the people he's killed that he doesn't even remember, because he is an outlaw. But redemption is in these stories, just or not, right? So I really enjoyed the film because the opening piece, which we can talk more about in spoilers, like fucking grabs you and shakes you by the shoulder, is like, okay, you're gonna lock into this movie. There are parts in the middle where, like Act 2 definitely takes a tone shift, and you're sitting a lot more with dialogue and like building dynamics, emotions. Like it's definitely a different vibe, to say the least. But that first act gave me enough energy to stay locked in for the whole ride. And I think the movie, it's not a spoiler yet, but I think it ends with an interpretive ending. And I'm very looking forward to talking to you guys about that once we get to spoilers here. But before we do, let's do our Commodus Scale. Very interested to see where we all land with this. Erica, Commodus Scale, up, even, or down? Where are you going with the death of Robin Hood?
I'm gonna go thumbs down. I just could not grapple with it. Like I just wasn't impressed. Don't get me wrong. Like we said, we're having a weird day. Me and Chad are agreeing a lot today. But like the
Well,
fight scene, like it's impressive to watch, to see. It's kind of like a Tom Cruise situation. It's exciting to see what Hugh Jackman can do physically and in movies now. It's kind of like really fun to watch. There were some moments that I was like, oh, okay, like, and then other ones I was like, like I don't know how I'm supposed to like this film.
Even from a filmmaking standpoint, it didn't do it for you? No. Wow. She's shaking her head, folks, for you audio
Yeah,
only
I don't think it
listeners.
really did anything for me.
Wow. Okay. Adrian, thumbs up, even, or down? Where are you going with this one?
Oh, thumbs up for sure. Thumbs up. I actually asked my wife after what she thought of it, and she gave it a thumbs up also.
Okay.
It's not just like a woman's perspective. She dug it. It was a little gruesome for her. Like she jumped and like would like turn away, grab my arm, kind of a thing at some of the gruesomeness of it. But overall, she enjoyed it also.
We should preface this with a trigger warning that there are a lot of very like kind of scenes. Like
so she looks at it from a different lens, not only because she's more sensitive to like that kind of gruesomeness, that gore kind of feel, but she's an esthetician, so she's looking at like prosthetics, she's looking at like the makeup aspect of it, she's looking at she really took away like, man, she's beautiful, Jodie Comer. Like she is an esthetician's friend, like dream, because she has perfect like facial complexion and asymmetry. So she enjoyed it on that type of level too, like just the camera work of the, zooming in and getting out. Like she dug the movie altogether.
I love that this has been flipped on its head from last week, because I want to tell you, Chad, this is such a fun movie to talk about. You're going to have such a good time talking about this movie. But what did you think, up, even, or down for The Death of Robin Hood, Chad?
I'm even. I mean, I gave it a 3.5 star on Letterboxd, which is positive. Like, just because I'm having trouble with the reasoning behind its story and trying to make sense of what the point is, I still liked watching it. I still thought the acting, the visual, everything was really strong about it, except for, to me, the overarching story purpose. But that doesn't, I mean, I still enjoyed watching it. I would recommend it to people. I to an certain extent, and Erica, you mentioned Robert Eggers earlier. I was like, is this just like a lesser Robert Eggers? Because
Eggers Light?
Eggers Light, because Sarnoski, I love Pig. I love A Quiet Place Day One. I think he's a great director. And he's like flexing his muscles with just like technical filmmaking and period period relevant, appropriate, like costumes and muck and everything. And who's amazing at that is Eggers. That's like his bread and butter. So this is like The Northman, but worse to me. And it just didn't move me in the way that I hoped it would.
I will start off by saying this is a thumbs up, and arguably my favorite movie of the year. It's like the drama and The Death of Robin Hood. They're very different, obviously,
Wow.
but as far as like how I felt after watching the movie, it makes for great conversation. This is a reimagining of Robin Hood, and there's so many comps to the original Robin Hood. For example, we talked about Jodie Comer, and she looks like she would play Maid Marian, even though that's not her character, right? And this isn't a spoiler, but we hear Maid Marian's name mentioned, and the reaction Robin Hood has of that just fuels the myth of like the storytelling and what's factual and like what really went down and these different things. And everything it does, once you get over the fact that like, oh, we're not seeing how this isn't Robin Hood, and like the story we heard about him is different. I need to see that. If you can get over that and you're like, we're here in his elder years, you're going to have a better time with the movie. Because I anticipated the same thing. I was like, okay, are we going to see these earlier moments where we just got it wrong? But I think it's actually a smart move to not do that and just focus on the here and now. And I love the casting of Little John with Bill Skarsgård. It's so funny. I didn't know he was in this movie. And as I was watching, I was like, this guy, he kind of sounds like Michael Shannon, but he also kind of looks like Bill Skarsgård. And I remember when we talked about Dead Man's Wire, I was like, Bill Skarsgård kind of sounds like Michael Shannon. And then I think Adrian in a text is like, oh, Bill Skarsgård? Like, dope. I was like, oh shit, that was him.
He's really good in it.
He's really good. And lastly, I'll say this before we get the spoilers. This film, here's a hot take maybe. This film made me want to say and go to bat for Hugh Jackman as one of, if not our best living actor. I say that because of the range of tones of movies he does. Now, I've talked about Philip Seymour Hoffman before as far as different characters. He could be a side role, whatever. But Hugh Jackman, he is often the leading man, but he could do very serious drama. He could do psychological thriller. He could do The Sheep Detective. He can do Deadpool and Wolverine. He could do fucking stage with The Greatest Showman. Like, he just does so much. And I don't think
may...
I'll just say this last piece.
Yeah.
I don't think there's ever a time, no matter how good a movie is, where you're like, Hugh Jackman wasn't good. But go ahead.
I agree with the last bit. I think he's good in everything he does.
Yeah.
To me, he either goes really dark or really light, and there's not much in between.
What about the movie he just did, Sing Song Blue?
That's kind of light.
But it's not like Deadpool and Wolverine or Sheep Detective light, is it?
No, I'm not saying he hasn't done but his like it more or less like he has a long filmography, and I think it's mostly it's like really serious, really violent, really dramatic, really intense, and showman. Like it's a little bit more like family friendly, really bright and sunny, and he's good at both. And he does dabble in the middle, I think, a little bit, not too much, I don't think.
You want him to be
but
in like a Mamma Mia, or like what's missing?
I don't know what's missing, really. I think what's missing is like
that is a hot. You are right to say that that's a hot take.
I think he's an incredible
know
actor.
that I'd put him in the best actors.
Living. That's living.
I think anytime you drop like that big of a spectrum, like greatest living, like you're still talking about guys that are 80 years old. Like you're talking about Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. Like, not that we think that, but you know what I mean? Like some of these guys that could be best actors are still so much
Anthony
alive
Hopkins.
and old. You know what I mean? Like that's a big statement.
Yes.
So anytime you drop something like that, like I could say Saving Private Ryan is the greatest movie of all time. And it may be true, but a lot of people are going to say like that's a hot take because there's so much to compete with.
I guess what I'm really getting at is he needs to be in the conversation. This movie made me feel like he needs to be in the conversation at the very least.
I think he's underappreciated for how good he is in just about everything.
I think you guys be surprised in how many people say he's one of their favorites.
Maybe. Adrian, I ask you this particularly because I think you would like it. Have you seen Prisoners?
No.
Check it out, brother. It's Chad. You got Erica. You guys
It's
seen
incredible.
Prisoners?
It's incredible.
Sounds familiar, but I'd have to like see a picture.
He should have been nominated for Best Actor for that.
Yeah.
And
Denis Villeneuve
possibly should have
film
won.
with him, Paul Dano, our new mathematician. What's his name?
Our new mathematician.
The
Jake
original. No, well, Jake Gyllenhaal. No.
What are you talking about?
He came up with new math. He was the original.
He was Hustle and Flow.
Yes.
Oh.
What's his name?
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard. He's in that also. But check that out, Adrian. I mean, everyone check it out. But like, it's fucking dope. Anyways, we're not talking about that. Let's get into spoilers for the death of Robin Hood.
Spoiler alert.
As you guys alluded to, gruesome when he is just butchering and murdering people in the first act. It reminded me of like Braveheart. Like when you first see Braveheart and just how violent and the film work is good. When you see the kid run off and it just does a shot to the bow. That's one
that got my wife. Like when the arrow goes through she was like, ah! Like in my arm. And it was like, I looked at my buddy Larry like, what the, like, this is how it's going to start off? Like, okay.
But I love that, like, we don't see him, like, pick up the arrow. It's just like, we just see the kid running and then boom, you know? So great choices in that regard. I actually want to turn it to you guys, just spoiler-wise.
It's just going to be a lot of me bashing the movie and then you guys, like, trying to redeem, like, what you liked about it. I'd rather do the opposite.
Okay, let me do that. I'm going to tell you what I liked, and then we can start there. I also like there's a point where Robin Hood and...
I mean, we could always give Chad a chance.
No.
He's already teed up, ready to go.
No, it's too late. We'll get to it. He's taken a new role now that we've discovered it's white. No, but the scene where like the family of whoever Robin has killed tries to set the like house on fire that they're in, and Robin's inside of it, and the way the camera is like fixated on the door as it's catching on fire, and we see Robin push and the camera goes with the door, and you just see this fire inside every time the door opens. I thought it was a fascinating shot to have it simultaneously be lit, like there's a fire inside, but still go to show the struggle Robin's having of getting out. And then they're just straight mud throughout their whole face, just everywhere. That whole sequence I thought was incredible. And Adrian, we talked briefly offline about like the hand getting in the knife and then
like splitting his fingers.
So that was, if I remember correctly, I think that was a long take. That was like a one shot long take with him killing those two guys, and that was. I'm still thinking about that scene because that was brutal, and that was tough for me to watch when it's not just the violence, but it's the desperation.
Right.
Where you can see humans feeling desperation that they are about to die if they don't do whatever they can to like animal instincts kick in. Yeah, it's primal, and that really disturbs me. But it's effective. Like that was really good filmmaking, and yeah.
They had the best shot in that sequence that Mikey's talking about because he gets his face like rubbed in the mud.
Yeah.
And then he's just coming up and he's just he's so dark and it's night and there's fire going. And it's not even just the white of his eyes. It's like a twinkle just in the middle of each eye that he's just like, and you can't really see anything else.
Yeah.
Like, man, there was some good camera shots in that.
So you guys have both mentioned good camera shots. So what did you like about the actual movie?
Well, I believe that's
isn't that a part of the movie?
in the movie.
I know, but like like Chad and I both said like there were great shots. Like the action was great. Like
let's get to the story then.
Let's get to the story.
And I think we'll get back to that brutality because I latched onto that and I was like, oh, I hope that the way I'm feeling now about the brutality ends up coming around to me being on his side of like, this was my life. This is what I'm trying to like repent. And like, because it's supposed, I mean, isn't that what it's supposed to be? Like,
I don't think so. I don't think we're necessarily meant to end up on his side.
That's what I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're, basically
That's insane.
It's one note from beginning to end.
The entire story and lore of Robin Hood.
Oh, I don't.
And like Chad was saying, I don't mind another angle or an interpretation, or if he's repenting, or if he's feeling some type of way about the way his life went and the people that he murdered. Why would I like? Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
If you're gonna say, oh, he actually was a violent murderer, watch how he violently murders people. Now watch how he's thinking about he was a violent murderer and telling people he was a violent murderer. And then people realizing that, oh, he is the violent murderer. And then the end. It's like complex.
See, because I don't think the goal. Okay, I'll just tell you my interpretation. He is shown to be an outlaw who murdered many people and is at the end of his life. And ultimately, he's not even necessarily looking for repentance. I think he is just realizing everything he's done, he doesn't want someone else to do. Like, I've been through it and it hasn't paid off. I'm at the end of my wire here, and everything that I've done hasn't paid off for how I feel internally. I think the repentance he tries to go for, if we just skip over everything and go towards the end, is that his only redeeming factor is that this myth that he's been trying to kill about himself, saying like, oh, these are all just stories you heard. Actually, this is what happened, and those stories are true, as he tells Little John's daughter on his deathbed, right? He's like, everything you've heard about Robin Hood, don't tell anyone, but we know human nature is that's how people are going to find out, because you go and tell people can't keep secrets. So I think the movie is really focusing on the power of storytelling and how you look at, we're talking about the Bible, just as far as men and women coming around the same time. But the power of story can live on through generations, through centuries. That's what this movie is about. It's not about redeeming Robin Hood, the man, in this moment. His only redemption is leaning into what these stories are, because he is just a cold-blooded killer that has no redemption unless the legacy of him provides that.
Yeah,
I wish
but
there
that's
was a
what I'm
character.
saying. So we're
Yeah,
just
go ahead.
supposed to believe that like his intentions were like never to steal from the rich and give to the poor. It was just like it missed
Yeah,
me.
I wish there was a character who wasn't trying to kill him. I wish there was a character who was like, I remember, or my dad told me that you did this good thing, or something like that. And
Why
Hugh
do you need
Jackman
him to?
No. But Hugh Jackman could be like, I killed like 7 people that day for that one good day. Like, the fact that he didn't do it's like trying to drive home that he didn't do like a single good thing, and that's just
But
hard.
he did do a single good thing by by one taking on Little John's daughter, right? Like you're
Yes.
supposed to feel like maybe he has turned over a leaf, but he's still that same scumbag. He's still that same outlaw that's just killing for fun, but he's having an internal conflict similar to what you would see in a hero, right? But
Yeah.
he's not a hero.
But
That's the
even
whole
the
point of the end. The beginning, he says
Yeah.
he was no hero, but the myth is that he is a hero,
But even the
and
people
it
who are
gives you
like
symptoms of it.
Yeah. But even the people who say you like give people a piece of bread or like you did this good thing, you are this, I believe that you are this good hero, then they try to kill him. And so I'm like, wait a minute, where's the people who believe the myths
Okay.
but actually think that he's a good person?
So the problem I think here is that if you're going to, and I'm trying to give you an olive branch here, is that if you're going to use the Robin Hood name, there has to be certain witnesses that can give credibility to the stories in the first place, that he did good things. Like, where does the good come from if there's no one there to witness it?
Like the legend. Where did the legend develop from?
Yeah, and correct. And so, like, we talked about it at the beginning, right? If we're not supposed to have any expectations, but we are supposed to know the stories of Robin Hood, but then we watch this movie and it's like none of those stories actually exist. It's all just been myth. He's just a murderer. That's stupid to me.
I don't know that they were all myth. I think that's the
Well,
thing.
you never get that.
Yeah.
You never
that
really
was our
get
problem,
that
is
in the
just you
film,
never
and I think that's where my
complexity.
biggest issue
Yeah.
is like that. I just thought, like, I'm sorry, I thought it was stupid for that.
I
to
feel
be
like
reversed.
you do get that. I think he says it towards the beginning in the first act. He says like these are all myths, these are all lies. But then at the end it ties it in where he's being asked by the leper, "Hey, do you remember getting this guy? Do you remember cutting his head off?" and blah blah as one of the myths, and he's like, "No, I didn't kill him. Like I killed many men. I buried them all." Like he's forgotten these people. He's forgotten all the myths and legends. So
But I think
that's
that's where
where
Chad comes in, though. Is like there wasn't a character that was really there to corroborate any of that.
Yeah, I think. Listen, I think that's a fair gripe to have with the movie, and I don't want to speak for Adrian, but I think the filmmaking itself, the performances, everything outside of that was so good that that's where I can cut us some slack. But I think it's a fair critique of
Versus
the
me, I
issues you
don't like. For me, I think that's kind of where we differ. I'd maybe rather have a little bit less of that.
have.
Because I don't know. I felt like by the time I got to like act 2, I was like, fuck, like what are we doing here? Like it's like I said, they were great action scenes. It's always great to see what actors' physical capability, emotional capability, like mental capability, and how they can portray that on screen. Like you said, Michael, I do think Hugh Jackman is really talented. I think we've seen a lot of good stuff from him. This movie just doesn't. It just doesn't do it for me.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I just want to quickly highlight, we talked about Hugh, we talked about Bill. We also talked about Jodie, but I want to double click on her and say, I thought she was fantastic to the point where when we get the reveal that Robin killed her husband at the very end, like I didn't see, usually I click into like where a movie's going to go. I didn't see that coming until it was said. I don't know.
That.
You clocked it. Maybe that's why. That's why. Like this movie was fucking weak. It didn't do shit for me.
Yeah, I clocked that.
I didn't see that coming, so I was like, oh shit. So let's just close on this before we go to double features. Again, it's such a fun time talking about this movie, right, Chad?
I am having fun.
Yeah.
No. It's great conversation. This is like probably one of the only other podcasts where we've had an up, a sideways, and a down.
And that me and Adrian are the one advocating for
it.
Yeah.
But I'll just say this. I feel like I might be on an island here, but I took the ending of the film when him being in all white, Jodie Comer in white, Little John's daughter there in white, and he's essentially dying, being drained of blood, and saying that, these are the stories that were true, so then his legacy can be salvaged, even if they're lies. Okay. I don't think he died there. Am I on an island so far? Adrian?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
very, very, very far off island.
Some might say
I
that
didn't take it figuratively at all. Like I took it completely literal.
Yeah.
Like
He died when he said
he's
loose.
dying. Yes.
Yes, I
Yeah.
get that. So my version, and I can be completely wrong about this, but it gives me so much. This is what gives it a 4.5 for me. Is I think he dies before that scene when he first gets drained by Jodie Comer, right?
Mm.
And she
He's like-
doesn't stop it at the last minute.
Well, even and he just dies there, and that whole next scene with them all in white
Fever dream.
is him in purgatory doing what he feels he needs to do to get salvation and get to heaven, right?
To leave it all behind, to like release.
Everything he's pushed back against throughout this movie, he's like, all right, well, if I'm going to get good with the big man, I've got to accept these myths. Like, I've got to say that there's something salvageable about me, even though there's not. So I see that he dies before that scene when he's first getting drained with blood. And like she's doing it because he fucking killed her husband. Because it's hard for me to imagine that you cut directly to that next scene. They're all in white, and she's just like consoling him, holding him, kind of like a mother figure, comforting him through his death after this man killed your husband. And they're all in
she
white.
Even mentions it. She even mentions like that would be like tearing apart what the new life that I've created, the new person that I am. Like,
yeah, and because of you, I am here.
We love a
Correct.
healed queen. We
Correct.
love a healed queen.
But she says that in that last scene, right? When they're all in white. Again, this is all things that justify in his head to make him be an okay guy.
Yeah.
So then
I
he
just
can
don't
be
think that.
redeemed.
Yeah,
I didn't buy that. Yeah.
Yeah, because he already has like
That's
that
also
weird fever
not how
dream.
heaven works.
He also
You have to ask for forgiveness and mean
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I don't think he was going for repentance. I think
Yeah.
he was looking for a means, and that was the means to an end. Like he was ready for his tyranny to be done. Like he just said, like, I'm gonna keep killing these people. You're gonna keep coming with family, and I'm gonna keep killing you.
It just baffles me.
Yeah.
Again,
yeah, he has that like weird dream where Little John is in the window and like gets the arrow through the head, and
right.
And then, but that's why it was like he can't escape through the window yet, and that's why I felt like that last scene was just like when he says loose, he says what he wants the story to be from now on, and then the metaphorical. Well, the arrow is actually shot, but it's the metaphorical, and now the story is out. It's like, and now the legend that he
I get
wants,
all that.
and then
I get all that.
He dead.
Yeah. If you guys ever rewatch it, try to watch it with my lens.
Yeah.
Try to watch it with my lens that he was dead already, and then that's like a purgatory him.
Don't tell me what to do.
Let's get a double features here. Erica, what would you recommend to watch with the death of Robin Hood?
I'm going to recommend Watchmen, the movie in particular.
Zack Snyder's Watchmen.
Yeah, Zack Snyder's Watchmen, which is kind of weird because I'm not typically a Zack Snyder fan. For me, like this is storytelling. This is a great film with like action, a little bit of drama, a little bit of craziness, a lot of chaos, and then a very good ending. I think this is kind of like what I maybe would have wanted from Death of Robin Hood. Which, like we said, there was a lot of things that I just didn't like about it. But I recommend Watchmen just to kind of give you something that maybe feels a little bit more final.
Adrian, what would you pair with the Death of Robin Hood?
The Revenant with DiCaprio.
Yeah, that's his name.
It kind of gave me that kind of a feel, like that kind of like raw, gritty, real. It had that kind of a tone, like a vengeance kind of a thing. You know, like almost like medieval.
Primitive evil.
Yeah. That like primal aggression. I dug it, and I felt like it had that type of a tone.
Love it. Chad, what are you recommending?
I'm recommending Logan. I think it's just there he is up there. I think it's a better version of Hugh Jackman as a legendary, violent, aged hero reckoning with his past and coming to terms with his legacy and what it means for the next gen.
You know, we always want you folks to like, comment, subscribe, be a part of the tribe. But I'm really curious, if you saw The Death of Robin Hood, what did you think? Because I think this is one of the more, at least in a long time, just like very polarizing between all of us where we land with this film. I would recommend Braveheart. Like, as I watched this, it had Braveheart vibes. It's not funny and witty like some parts of Braveheart is. It's not as long and outdrawn epic as Braveheart is. But it made me want to watch Braveheart in the end. Let's draft some stock.
Going first.
Now, just to set some ground here, stock already owned. Jodie Comer, Adrian has. I think it's safe to say her stock has gone up. I was really impressed with her.
Yeah.
You got her in 28 Years Later, and Erica as Bill Skarsgård. Again, stock goes up.
God,
he's not in this movie a lot, but
he's great in it. Yeah,
he crushes it.
Yeah.
Crushes it. Okay, going first.
Erica.
Wow, it's been a while. I'm going first. Thank you, folks.
Still never gone first. It'd be fun once someday.
Hey, if we learned anything today,
Yeah.
it's that Chad's going second. All right, Erica, you haven't gone last in a long time. Let's see.
Wait, what have we learned today?
It was the draft. Remember when we did the big draft, the Star Wars draft? I went last on that one.
Adrian's third, and Erica's last on this one. It's been a while. Okay,
that's okay. I got Bill.
It's good that the two people who already have someone, in stock from this movie are
right. That's right. We can.
They can pretend like they just drafted them first, and then they get a second pick.
Wow. Okay, so I've been singing Hugh's praises. Oh, man. And I said he's probably the best actor alive, so it'd be really weird.
So you probably don't believe it if you don't take him.
And he's going to be Wolverine until he's 97 or whatever the fuck they say in the movie. Oh, man. But do I love Noah Jupe? I think I'm going to take Noah. I loved him in everything he's been in, and the fact to see him as an adult in Hamnet before this, the little screen time he had in Hamnet was phenomenal, and the fact that he's getting cast in movies like this, like he's got a good radar of the kind of movies to take. So Hugh, I love you. Thank you for everything you've done. But Noah's got quite a few years of ahead of him to make some incredible films. So Noah Jupe, welcome to the team. Chad, where are you going?
Man, you threw me for a loop because I thought you were going to take Hugh, and
did I throw you for a Jupe? Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
That's not very clever.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Adrian's like thumbs down.
Because
the dad of the group thumbs down your dad joke.
I'm a really big fan of Michael Sarnoski, even if I think this is his third best film of his three. I'm going to take Hugh Jackman.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Adrian, who are you drafting?
I'll take Michael Sarnoski.
Nice.
I mean, he's only got 3 on his belt. He is A24, so I'm sure he's got plenty of work coming.
Erica, who are you drafting?
I'm going to draft a producer. And he goes by the name of Aaron Ryder.
Oh, interesting. The producer
route. He's familiar to me because I really love the movie Arrival.
Erica, after this episode, just when I thought you couldn't get any dumber, you go and do something
totally
like
redeem
this
yourself.
and totally redeem yourself. He produced Arrival, The Prestige, The Founder, I Love Boosters, which I still want to see, Pieces of a Woman, Mud, like definitely has a good taste in film. So I think that's an incredible sleeper pick. Well done. And that's it for The Death of Robin Hood. Follow us on all our socials at Seen This Pod. You can go to seenthispod.com to capture everything. Next Monday, we, the three of us, Asian, Erica, and myself. Chad, you're welcome to join if you just want to be a commentator, but since you're not, Mexican American. No, I'm just kidding.
I
we're-
know when I'm welcome and when I'm
Love
not
to hear a
welcome.
white person's perspective
tell
about
us-
that.
tell us more.
Everybody loves a good white opinion.
Next Monday, we'll have the Seen This selection. But until then, stay safe.
White is not right.
Bye.
And there it is.